Okay, so good morning. This is a recap for Miami. Eva, before you jump off real quick, what was your biggest takeaway?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. So hard. I really loved the recap that came back out because of all of the new things that EXP has introduced.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of mind boggled, but loving it. And then when I saw that recap came out, I'm gonna sit with my team and we're gonna go through every single one of those. So that, and just a reminder of how real our leadership is. It's just unbelievable how, I just saw Leo in New York yesterday because there was the New York City event and, got to chat with him and was seeing him in Miami and taking pictures with him and Glenn. It's just phenomenal how you can just have a conversation with them
Mm-hmm.
all the time, anytime. Uh, compared to my old company, that is, phenomenal. And then lastly, I'll just say, the generational wealth conversations are, that are here are like no other. I haven't experienced that anywhere else.
I totally agree with you. And that former company of ours, I'm going to just say this real quick. There were a bunch of us in a hallway. We were meeting.
Oh, she froze.
Where is she today?
She's moving slow today.
Where in the world is Peggy Delano today? Like,
I know.
She's home. She's at home. She's at home.
Okay. It's like, where's Waldo, isn't it?
I'm going to tell you my highlight because I got to meet one-on-one with Leslie, and she helped me out with my CRM. So that was one of my highlights.
And I love it because now I'm getting text messages from you like once a week. Just curious what you're looking for. And I think you're in Scottsdale. I think it's like, just curious what you're looking for. And so it's great because now that we work together, I'm in your CRM and I'm seeing that you're still contacting me. I love it.
You guys are frozen?
You are.
Yeah, you were.
Where's Peggy?
Where's Peggy's in her new casita in Cape Coral, Florida.
Oh,
nice.
So she's very happy, very, very happy. So, okay.
On that happy note, I'm jumping.
All right. Thanks for contributing.
Sorry, I can't be here.
Bye.
Bye. So, hey, everybody. How's everybody? Is everybody recovering from eXpCon? Yeah. So what I love doing after these events, and if my internet goes off, I apologize. Annie's, I made her co-host, but I just want to do highlights and what was your ahas and takeaways and all those great things. So is there anybody that has to jump off real soon?
Holly. I do for our state meeting. I got to get on the state meeting.
Okay. So Holly, introduce yourself.
I am Holly Maloney. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been going to eXpCon since 2018. I'm an 8-time icon. Just love EXP. I will tell you, it never gets old. And it just, every time I go, I love the general sessions. The general sessions, the energy is amazing there. And I come back refreshed. And, it's just like I said, the energy and the fellowship and the referrals that I meet. And, because we're a global company and we meet everybody, on these Zooms and these masterminds, you feel like you're with all of your best friends when you show up. And it's that instant connection. And I've not met one person at EXP that would not help me, would not have carve out time for me if I needed them, would not delete my call. They take my call. It is something like no other. I've been in business for 23 years. And like I said, I've been with EXP 8 years, and it just blows me away every single eXpCon that I go to. So you got to show up and you got to plug in because there's something for everybody. And you will come back and you will. I came to EXP and I 4X'd my business coming to EXP just because it was a global company and I saw big picture. Don't say stay small. I'm also on the board of directors for the Women's Impact Network. And if you haven't joined that, you need to join that, because that group of women, and we have Carrie Lee Brown is a very good friend of mine. She is the editor of the Success magazine. And we are going to roll this out, the Women's Impact Network, outside of just EXP and real estate for women in business. So this is huge. EXP doesn't do anything small. You can start small, but you don't have to stay small. You can be as big as you want at EXP and do whatever you want. And the energy is there. I could go on and on and on about, the different revenue streams. I talked about profit, power, and paychecks. And it's not just about the commission. There's other ways to make at EXP. You don't want to have, that was my reason for coming. I just didn't want to have a commission and be done. I don't have to chase the commission anymore. I've got my revenue streams. I've got different revenue streams. So it's amazing.
So Annie asked, and I was just going to ask that too. How do people join? Are there Zoom meetings? Just expand a little bit about that, because it's a movement.
It is a movement. I will drop in our code in the win or in your Wake Up Wednesday, and you can
Okay.
join us for everybody. We even have men that join our group. We have movements all over. If you want to be an ambassador, we're looking for ambassadors in different cities.
I
Yes,
do.
to hold events.
Mhm.
And we will support you. And I don't know if anybody went to Coffee and Compliments that we did, and it was a whole movement, and it was just about complimenting. Okay, like Stacy, you look so awesome in those sunglasses. You look like a badass, like you're ready to start the day. I mean, these are it's the little things. It's so awesome. And like Peggy said, it is a movement, and it's something that we have found that people are looking for. And it's not always about real estate, because
Right.
everything at EXP you can find, how to build your listings, how to, do this, do that. But it's all about, what do you need? What do you need, Peggy? What do you need? Do you need a hug? Are you having trouble with, taking your makeup off? You need warm wipes. We learned that about you. I know. So it's the little things. We're connecting with people around the world. We have
Yeah.
global ambassadors. We have international ambassadors. So reach out to me. I'm going to put my email right in here.
Please.
And then reach out to me, because we need ambassadors.
I think that's exciting. And what I love and what you're saying is that we're just not about real estate. Real estate is our number one in production and making sure people are in production. But there are the times when you need a hug, and guys need a hug too.
Yep.
So I just don't want it to be that it's, just for women. I think, Joe, I'm looking at you.
Good morning.
Good morning. I think that we could really start something here in Southwest Florida on the West Coast
Absolutely.
here. And then Leslie will get something right across the way on the East Coast. So Holly, you can count on us.
Yes, we need ambassadors. I put my email out there. Reach out to me, because it is a movement. It is wonderful. We did a whole series about the imposter syndrome. So it's great masterminds, and we're getting ready to kick off our whole year of events.
Perfect. Love it.
So, yep. And then stay tuned, because we are going to have another women's summit. We were going to have a summit in September last year, and Wendy decided that we were going to move it to eXpCon on the Sunday all day. But we are going to have one. So stay tuned for that.
Can't wait. Yay. Thanks,
Thank you.
Holly, for everything
Thanks.
you do.
And Holly, I was going to jump in, because part of my story is that I've been with EXP now for 10 years. This month is my 10-year anniversary. It's kind of crazy. But I got involved in EXP in the beginning, but there were no other EXP agents in my area. And I got very involved with my local association, the Florida Realtors, with National Association. And so I kind of stopped going to EXP events about 8 years ago, because I was so heavily involved in these others, and I have young children. So I was like, okay, if I have to go to this conference to keep my NAR directorship, I'll go. And so unfortunately, EXP kind of fell to the wayside. But in the meantime, I've made some really amazing connections. And I go to a lot of events. And so this is something that I would love to kind of get back involved into, because everybody knows me as Miss EXP, but they also know me as corporate director Leslie for association stuff. And I would like to get back into being EXP. And I think that sometimes my leadership roles at the association prevent me from feeling like I'm doing as much for EXP. And so I'd like to do that, and I have the right connections to be your Boca Raton area.
And Leslie, it doesn't, what's nice about our win is that it doesn't have to be separate. You can bring those women, those people
Right.
from the association, because we're all feeling the same way. We are all overloaded. We're wearing, like you said, many hats. We are trying to do everything, and you feel like you only can do one or two things. What is so nice about this, you can make it as, like I said, big or as little as you want. You can have the events and you can bring the two together. And it's about fellowship. And even at eXpCon, going to that, I didn't stay the whole time. I flew in and I left Tuesday because my son got married on Friday. But I had so many little connections and groups with people. And it's even like the side. I love the general session, but it's like the little side that you meet. Like, I would love to meet with you. Usually you always meet with Peggy, and, we saw each other in passing, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a separate EXP or a board thing. And that's one
Absolutely.
thing that I realized, because I'm really involved in our board here in Kentucky and Ohio.
Great.
So
Love that.
yes, reach out to me, because I know where my ambassadors are. And we need them.
Put your email address in an email to send to you today. So I will.
Perfect. Awesome.
Thanks,
Connections,
Holly.
Peggy. Look at this. Connections.
It's all about connections. All about connections. Great. Okay, who else wants to jump in and tell us some great takeaways from eXpCon? Open mic, let's go.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go really quick.
All right, Yanni.
Yeah, I would put with Holly, it's an opportunity to really brainstorm. And for me, being an agent that hasn't become an icon yet, I found it an amazing just to be around icons and pick their brains as to what things help them go to the next level. And I learned a lot. And it gives you the opportunity in an environment to meet all those people and walk away with some nuggets that then you can go, okay, I'm going to implement those when I get home. Not 20 things, just one or two things that I can implement and take my business to, which is the CRM, Leslie. I'm going to take that CRM and I'm going to rock. So I love it, but I'm a people person and I love meeting people. And so I wish I could go to every breakout. And that was my biggest frustration. There probably were several times there was 3 breakouts at the same time and I could only go to one.
So
And
give us, drill it down, Annie. Give us some specifics that you walked away with.
I like the fact that we're a technology company with a founder, Glenn Sanford, that if he has a problem, he's going to go fix it on his own with AI, like eXp, Realty Hub. What is it? Hub.exp, whatever it is, .com, to replace Slack Pro. That's huge. I mean, he just sat down and did it. And you're not going to get that at any other company. I sat down at a mastermind yesterday evening with 2 people I've been trying to attract in this small town in Payson. They work for ERA. They don't even have a CRM, right? They don't even know what one is. I had to tell them, and we have so much technology that can help a company. I mean, help clients, help agents go to the next level. And I sat down in that mastermind and I attended Gene's lead generation class. For those of you that have never been to one of those or have never watched him online, because they're online, you can watch them on YouTube, where he teaches a lead generation class. I got 3 leads from that class, and I went to my mastermind yesterday afternoon and I taught that to these people. And for the first time, they realized after 2 or 3 years in real estate, oh my gosh, my main job is leads. They did not know that. It was really, I get so many takeaways from it, and I know they're small for some people, but for me, they're big.
They're huge. So think about what Annie was just saying. Glenn Sanford heard us. Facebook, EXP did not make the decision to have workplace go away. Facebook made the decision to have workplace go away. He substituted it with Slack, which was okay, the next best thing. But he heard everyone challenges and not being able to communicate. So this genius, and talking to his better half, as I put it, Debbie Berry, spending some time with her, he was up nonstop. I mean, he just said, I am going to solve this problem. Now, I'm not taking away from any of the other CEOs that run companies and things like that. They're all great. Not everybody's going to be a techo genius like Glenn. However, he was not going to stop until he solved our problem. And he's rolling out, and not the techo person here, but we've got a new place to communicate, hub, and I'm hoping Leslie's going to be able to train on that a little bit more. Annie, I know that you're going to learn it really well too. But those are some of the takeaways that I got, was that we're heard. Being at other companies for the years that I've been there, there's a lot of talk and a lot of just bobbing heads going on. But this is a company, guys, that I think we really have to get our message out and not even just talk about it, but give the examples of, hey, the agents in our company were struggling with this. What has your company done to solve your problem? Or are they only just interested in getting other companies to be bigger, better, and to, really answer to their shareholders? And Glenn answers to the shareholders too. It's just in a different way because we own the company. We're his number one priority on that. Dee Dee, met you on the street.
We sure did. It was so nice. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'll make it quick. Boy, what an experience. It was my second eXpCon, and I went in a little differently this year. I went more open, less nervous, and I was just wanting to meet as many people this year as possible, even new people, and just say hi, like Peggy says. But one quote that somebody said, and I wish I could remember who said it, in the mix, said, leadership is built through proximity and purpose. And boy, did I feel that this year more than last. And proximity and purpose are going to be my new words for 2026, because everything I think should be done with purpose and just proximity with everybody. Meeting so many friends on the street. It was like it's like I lived in Miami this year, because I ran into Peggy, Sarah, Annie, Stacy, Kevin, Leslie on the floor. So many people, people that I was just familiarized just by face. And then I got to know their names just because we go to masterminds together. Like, I know you from somewhere. It was just a lot of that went on this year. I got up close and personal to two rock star authors. Hello.
Oh, thank you for promoting the book. And Russ was there with his. Yep.
Yes, exactly. And I got it signed. It was just both are signed, and they were so nice. Jean was great. I mean, the alert that Natalie put out got me running to the floor. I'm like, oh my God, I can't miss this. I got to get the book. I mean, I think I was somewhere near one of the breakout rooms. I just left and dashed over before anybody else, and it was just so nice to get there. The announcements, of course, in person are way more moving than anything else because of the energy in the room. The hub, Mira or Myra, however you want to pronounce it, is really good. We tried it the other day, and it's like you could just talk into it and ask anything about your journey. And it tells you, like, how many sales did I have in 2025, Mira? Hey, Mira, tell me how many sales have I had? Hey, Mira, how many more houses do I have to sell to get to my goal? And
Right.
it'll tell you, it is amazing. I mean, just like you said, Peggy and Annie, Glenn is incredible. And I didn't get to meet them on the floor this year. However, I caught up with Leo yesterday at that New York City Real Estate Expo. and we got to chat about Miami. And a group of us were there just to support him because he flew in and flew right out. And we wanted him to feel at home here in New York City. I'm in New Jersey, but I made the trip across the river and he flew in. So we just wanted to make him feel welcome. And we talked and we're so excited about everything that was announced and just the energy in the room and all the award winners, guys. Elizabeth Riley for
Mhm.
she was the honoree for decade of excellence, and Leslie, you just completing your 10 years as well. It just it gives me inspiration to do better every single day to make the years count. That 10 years goes by like this, right? And we can do amazing things, not only in our community but in other communities and for each other here. Um, I think that's one big takeaway that I took from the breakout sessions, and I learned a lot. Couldn't do all of them, Annie. I wish I could do all of them too. The AI one, I have the speakers noted somewhere, but they said to use AI to not replace you, but to help you as an assistant and make it personable. There's a lot of us. They said that our AI is sounding too robotic. They say
Mm.
there are prompts and there are ways to make it sound personable, and they did share their prompts and scripts and all that good stuff. I can share them with you, Peggy. They shared them with us after the session, and it was amazing because they have now AI detection software. So AI detection software, if you're sending things to even your clients, even some of the clients are using AI detection software to see if you're coming through as authentic or just using AI for that on them as well. So they were just so good at explaining how to make it more personable as opposed to robotic. They said, don't get lost in this AI thing and just shoot AI everywhere and make it.
Mhm.
We still need our personable side, our human side, our empathetic side, and not this robotic. They can help with things like, it's admin stuff, but don't let AI replace you as the person in the face of your
Exactly.
business. Yeah. And that's all I have. I have a bunch of takeaways, but those are my top ones.
Well,
Meeting you, Peggy, and the girls, and Kevin. I hope his arm is better. It was really a true delight. Thank you so much. It was really great.
Dee Dee, your energy, I mean, it's crazy. And it was so cool this year. I mean, Miami was spread out, but it was great. I mean, right before we saw Dee Dee, we were sitting out there having dinner. Glenn walked by himself, just
Oh my
walking down
God.
the street. We didn't want to bother him or anything. But again, it's proximity. And,
Mm.
you know, we all hear so many different things that resonate with us. And sometimes we need a reminder on this call because there's so much that was out there. So, if you've got anything else, Dee Dee, just tell us what it was.
Well, I danced my butt off. I danced my butt off at the little stage they had at the opening party. That was so much fun. And also, I forgot to mention one of the big wins. I'm from New Jersey. I know we have a lot of Floridians here, and I love my Florida people. But New Jersey won State Team of the Year, guys. That was really cool. And one of our team leaders, he's a mega team leader. He won team leader. So I'm just really happy for everyone. And it's nice to meet so many people from across the country and abroad. I mean, people from South Africa were there, guys. I got to exchange with people that I would not have met otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
People doing tours internationally that we can take part in. That there's like, you just pay for the ticket and go there and you can do tours or send your clients like the link to go there and take part with these trusted agents and partners abroad that they can conduct tours for you. It's amazing. I think it's incredible what we have here. And if we don't use it, we have no excuse, right? We ran into people at the expo, the New York City Expo yesterday, and they were from small realty companies, little brokers. And every time I said I was from EXP, they're like, "Oh, you're with EXP," and they would ask questions, and I would ask them questions, and they don't even have a quarter, not even a smidgen of what we have at EXP. It's incredible. So I gave them my business card, and I just said I'm open to questions if you have any, and enjoy the rest of the conference. I let them go. Didn't want to bother them, but they were
Mm-hmm.
so curious, and they're like, I met Leo, and It was just so nice. The room was so packed, guys. It was nothing like his stage in Miami. This was like a hallway of a room, crowded. People were sitting on the floor. When Leo came in, everybody cheered because he was a little late to his chair. It was empty. So when he came in, everybody like, Leo. So it was just so packed, guys. It was incredible. The big stages are awesome, but these small little rooms packed with energy and love for the people who are on the panel and the exchange you get, and you actually have to touch the person when you're sitting down. You have no space. You're crammed like this. Like if you're uncomfortable with that, you just have no choice. You become comfortable. So it was very, very beautiful to go from this huge EXP conference to this little small expo, having the energy and the knowledge to bring to these people sitting on the floor or next to you that didn't get to go. They're like, you went? I'm like, I went. I'm so grateful. So we shared, we exchanged. I think I met another 20 or so people yesterday because the energy you bring from eXpCon, you take it with you. And you have this, it's like you're empowered with superpowers. You feel like what is it, Tron? That big robot thing walking down. You feel so great, but at the same time humble because our people are humble. There's no show offies and no people thinking they're bigger than the next. We have humility. We have care. We have empathy. We just want to reach and make people more successful as well. So it's just I'm still coming down, guys.
We can tell. We can tell.
I
All
lost
right.
my voice a little bit. I don't care. I got sick a little bit. I don't care. I think Veronica Figueroa said she was also sick. We went on the Gap Mastermind on Monday, and she's like, "Guys, I got the spread." She was also sick. So a lot of us got a little sick, but it was so darn worth it. We get better, and that's all. I'll do it again 100 times.
Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I wanted to mention was I need to learn more about this, but we just launched a sports and entertainment platform, guys. And it's not just top professionals. This gives you an opportunity for you know, local TV stations, local whatever it is, but find out. We did land and ranch. We're expanding on luxury. It's just, it's nonstop. I can't speak to this because I'm not creative, but who wants to talk about what they're talking about with the Canva announcement? And did anybody go to that in building your brand on what Canva's doing for us? Did I just touch on something that
I
Okay,
didn't get a chance to see that one, but I heard that there were some big announcements. So I would have loved if somebody else was there that they could come in and share.
I know that they said our brand kits are coming. So there's going to be individual brand kits that you'll be able to access through Canva. So I think that's huge that they want to make sure that we are getting our name and our brand out there.
I was not there, but I did watch the big agent meeting on Friday, and I think the big takeaway is that we can share our brand kits with each other. So if Peggy has her own brand kit, we can now internally share that.
So it's our own brand kits that we can share?
Yeah, like if you create, I don't know exactly how it works, but if you create your own folder of, hey, this is how my team operates, and if Leslie's in a different city, she probably knows more about this than I do.
No. I was just going to add to it because as you were saying that, so in the chat, I did just drop in like the EXP apps link, and I recommend that everybody have that saved to their dashboard or like whatever your web browser is, because it gives you the link to sign into Canva. It gives you the link to sign into your Bold Trail, like all of the frequently asked questions. So for me, that's been a huge like benefit to save that. And one of the options is that you can go into Canva from there. And yes, Bill, you're right that the big announcement was that we could now, like if I create something in Canva, I don't know exactly how, but essentially tag that it's an EXP one, and then it's shared with everybody else. And so definitely need to learn more myself, but I get the concept behind it. And it's just a matter of logging into Canva through your dashboard rather than your old ways.
Perfect. The other thing that I wanted to let people know about, if they didn't hear it, was the AI accelerator. it's an AI training boot camp. And you go into eXp University. So it's eXp University, and you can search for that. It's an 8-week course. I definitely think if you're interested in learning more about AI, it's not going away, guys, but it's not going to take your job either. So I think that you owe it to yourself and everyone else to really get in, and we're offering these classes, and the speakers that they have are really amazing on that. Leslie, anything else you want to drop in? And then let's see, Kevin was there, and I got Joe and Sherry over there that I want to talk. And
there was so much that was awesome. For me, my biggest thing that blew me away is that I go to so many NAR conventions and so many Florida Realtors conventions, and I'm actually chair for the Florida Realtors convention this year. So like the weight of all of the speakers and all of that falls on my shoulders for 2026. And I just could not believe that we had that many people in one place, that much excitement, that were willing to pay to be there and share
Right.
that camaraderie. I know that that sounds silly, but like Florida Realtors struggles to get people to pay a very small registration fee in comparison to eXpCon. But I got to say, the difference is well worth it, because walking into eXpCon was like, oh, so this is what I've been missing.
Yeah.
This is what a cool convention is. Because I've been going to these really boring association conventions, and it was mind blowing, the level of energy, the amount of people, and the fact that like we have to beg people to come to our conventions as far as the associations go. And it was like, wow, like people were lucky to be there, you know.
Well,
what a
and I
difference.
wanted to add, what they said at toward the end was that 700 people signed up midway because of the excitement of eXpCon. So we went from
700
like
people joined.
joined and paid to come. So we were at like 4,000 that were attending, and then 700 more people signed up midway and came to the conference. So we were almost at 5,000 people this year.
And I think they said there was a very good chance that we were the largest gathering of realtors at a convention this year, because attendance, let's face it, it's been off, guys. However, we still keep growing. And if you missed it this year, next year, besides the fact that we're going to go to Paris and go to eXpCon in Paris, we can go, where are we going, Annie?
We're going to start out in February. We're going to
Oh.
go to Cape Town, South Africa with Liz Now. If you met Liz Now, she's awesome. And then we're going to go to, I can't remember, I think the next one is it Paris or is it
Paris?
Vancouver?
I'm not
Paris.
sure. I just have my sights on Paris.
But Paris is in the summer, I think, and also Vancouver for the Canadians. And I don't know when that one is. And the last one is Salt Lake. And you can buy a global ticket right now by January 31st. That one ticket will get you into all 4 events.
Wow. That's a lot. That's huge that you could do all that. But if, I know Cape Town and Paris and everything, put it on your vision board. When I was growing up, they used to have Christmas clubs, and there was a passbook savings account. And my mother started out with a Christmas club, and we would deposit money from our allowance every single week. I guarantee you, 1 year from now, if you give up the Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, or you give up something and you put that money, even if you physically, I'm going old school, guys, put it in an envelope and write it down. Yeah, Cape Town may be out there for you, may not be there for you this year, but I know you can get to Salt Lake. If you start planning now and saving and just putting that money away, that'll be your Christmas present. And Christmas, birthdays, holidays coming up. How many times have you had someone in your family say, "Oh, I don't know what to get you for Christmas. Oh, I don't know what to get you for, your birthday." How about a gift card to an airline that because you've already checked out the airline that's going to fly you from that city to Salt Lake? start asking for these things. I get chills. I want to be a little kid again where I, get to open up that stuff. And my Christmas is going to be, I'm just putting it out there on my vision board. I'm going to Paris, and I have to brag just a little bit. I don't know if any of you saw the recap for the end of day 3, but I was filmed at the end saying out loud, declaring it, that I am going to be in Paris. So watch me manifest this into reality. That's what's on my wall right here. So, okay, who else wants to share what was going on at eXpCon? Joe,
Hey,
Sherry, Kevin, jump in, then Joe and Sherry.
So the thing about EXP, you go back to the Canva thing. EXP's always been that company that says, "Hey, come to EXP and be yourself, be powered by EXP, be whatever. You could be the whatever brokerage you're bringing over. You can still be that brokerage, but you're powered by EXP. You're a part of EXP, and that's what I see the change in Canva being, is it still gives it allows everybody to keep their identity and have shared templates. The AI thing, though, I wanted to hit on that too, because I think it starts Friday. So if you're thinking of signing up, jump on that. That's something that the boot camp starts on Friday.
Thanks for that reminder.
And as far as eXpCon or Cabo or Cape Town or whatever you put on your board, remember, it's just one more closing.
Love that. I love that. Kevin, what else did you say? I mean, you go to all the events. What were some of your takeaways? What are you going to implement?
So we're gonna dig into AI more.
Okay.
It's AI is not replacing the agent. That's everybody wants to say, oh well, the agent's going away. You can't replace the agent. The agent is there's that personal touch that Dee Dee was talking about that you just can't. There's not a machine that's going to do that. But we need to be able to use it in our marketing and our follow up. We had a nice talk about follow up. Anybody that was in our condo, so everybody knows that if you want to beat me, you're going to beat me on follow up, because I'm not going to follow up. But I've got people that you align with the people that you're gonna align with, whether it be other agents or whether it be customers. My customers only call me when they need something. My clients only call me when they need something. They only expect a call from me when they need something. Most of my friends are the same way. So anyway, all that being said, I'm always enjoy the conferences. I always enjoy the networking and meeting new agents and meeting new partners, because we are partners.
Right.
Every one of us own a piece of this. I was watching a thing about Zillow. I want to say it's 2 days ago, and it was talking about how Zillow has went in and bought all these different companies and swore they weren't gonna pull data, but now they've taken that data disclaimer out. They will use your data. So,
interesting.
yeah. And the guy's basic message was, own what your tools you're using. And that's my biggest takeaway. Glenn's willing to if we don't have a tool that fits our needs, he's willing to build it. You look at what happened with Meta and Workplace and Slack and the complaints that went with that. Now Glenn's like, okay, we'll build a communication side. Verbella was the backbone of EXP, and it was built. We built whether we built it or we purchased it, but it's owned by eXp. So we all own that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that when you're looking at tools and such. Is it something that we can own? Is it something that should be pushed upstream to some of the leaders that make those decisions?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm impressed that anytime there's that big of a hole, Glenn fills it with something.
It was amazing. Lance, thanks, Kevin. Lance, I see that you're posting some things in the chat. Can you unmute yourself? Because you're saying some good things there.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Brandy would be on, but our other camera's on a fritz. I told her just to
That's
come
okay.
downstairs. But yeah, no, I mean, I know I have dealt way deep into AI, and it can, I guess, for some people feel overwhelming, but just use the things that can help you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we have a YouTube channel, so have it help you with scripts, make little things, make a, AI wrapper for yourself and start, putting stuff in there that's just for that subject, or, some people call it a project. Use that. If you go into AI and you ask it for different GPTs, you can actually find some real good people and an EXP that are sharing their GPT to help you with your business. There's a lot of great things. It's like, and the cool thing is that we're kind of all coming together. I don't know if anybody's with the fast forward movement, but some of the stuff that they announced that they're giving away to, our group, they're literally going to have a full on simple training schedule that you can go in and look at, like the AI videos that are happening, or if you need to work on your scripts, or you need to work on your cold calling, or if you need to work on, and it's cool. So I think the coolest thing about eXp is the community. And I think we have 4 referrals this year just from, the 2 places that we went to. And it's just, working together. And don't forget it. I forget it a lot. I put where you're from when you're on these calls.
You're right. Yeah.
Because I forget. But there's a lot of things, and what I put in the chat is just Zillow has lost billions and billions and billions of dollars. And yeah, they're still going to be around, and yeah, they're still going to rock, but having a personal touch is still very important, thank God. Maybe 20, 30, 40 years from now, it might be a little bit different. But I still think the emotion of a sale is very important. So that's all I got.
Thanks. Love it. Okay. Anybody else right now? I've got Joe and Sherry, my new BFFs in Cape Coral. Guys, people come into your lives and moments in time. And I came to Cape Coral 3 years ago, and a lot of things happened. And, including a brain tumor, guys. It was 3 years last week. And you look at things a little bit differently. And you stop sometimes and you have to listen. And for me to be still is almost impossible. So when I went back to California and was there for almost 3 years, I kept feeling this calling that I needed to come back to Cape Coral to finish what I started 3 years ago. I've got, a decent organization here. And I don't know, there was just something coming at me. And I was asked to speak in an event about almost 3 weeks ago now. And this gentleman came up to me, and he was so complimentary. And a lot of people are very complimentary at these events. But there was something about him when you knew it was really sincere. And he said, "You got to meet my wife." I mean, this dude was like, "You got to meet my wife." And then again at eXpCon, we ran in very, very quickly. Then I get a phone call the other day from the Florida broker who said, "You got to speak in an event." And then I get an invitation to go to an office yesterday, and I want to introduce you to my new best friends. Don't anybody get jealous on here. But Joe and Sherry Harris are amazing people. I can't wait for you guys to get to know them. They have started a cultural center. This is the latest thing going on. They believe that we are one company. And if you can take from them, and I know Holly's talking about doing the WIN conferences and being ambassadors. They are learning from Veronica. This is another part of eXp. It gives me chills that we are going to have these cultural centers everywhere, and it doesn't matter if you're in their organization or not. So I want to introduce you to Joe and Sherry, who took me under the wing. We spent 5 hours together last night. I think we still would have been there if they hadn't go to a listing appointment to get a price reduction. I can't wait to hear whether you got that or not. But you get a calling and you've got to be still enough to listen. And I'm just so grateful that Veronica made me be still this year and listen to a couple of things, because I believe I'm right back where I should be. So, Joe and Sherry, love you.
I agree. I'm just going to jump in. I am so grateful to have met you, Peggy. This was supposed to be Peggy stopping by to see our office, and we had our social media person come in, and it turned into like an afternoon. We had dinner. It was amazing spending time with you and getting to know you.
Thank you.
I feel the same way. We texted Josie last night. I'm like, I just met my new best friend. So, and it's so nice to meet all of you. I will share with you what we're doing and also tie it into eXpCon, because I think it's so important. So one of the best things, and I'm hearing a lot of you talk about this, is the joy and the fact that eXpCon gave people a chance to fall in love with EXP again, or still. And the reasons are because this is our company. It's not their company. It's not us and them. We are all one. And I love that most of the people that were there, if not all, really wanted to connect with each other. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new agent or a top producer or a top contractor, does not matter. We are so encompassing, and it's all about community and connection. And so Joe and I, technology does not have to be on your top of your list. Joe and I are very big promoters of the fact that we are one. In other words, I don't care who sponsored you into EXP or whose line you're part of or whose team you're on. We are all one. And when we work together, we make great things happen. And so what we decided a few months ago is we have a really great office in Southwest Florida. And anybody who's on here, if you're in or near Southwest Florida, we have a big event coming up, and Peggy is speaking. And it's going to be on November 12th. So just get in touch with Peggy or me and I'll help you to get there. But we would love for you to be there. Anyway, but our office we made into a culture center, and they actually announced this at eXpCon. And Veronica was up there, and Bobby and Gil Ramos, and it was wonderful. And the whole idea behind this is that it doesn't matter whose line you're a part of. If you are near here and you want an office to collaborate, if you want, we have a podcast room. Never thought I'd have a podcast, but we have a podcast room. So anybody who's part of our office gets to use the podcast room. We've got desks available, and again, collaboration, bouncing ideas off each other. We're going to have trainings a couple times a month, all things to bring us together as one big brokerage. When you belong or are part of any other brokerage that I've ever experienced, it is that specific broker and their brokerage. So even if you're with XYZ brokerage, and XYZ brokerage has another office 4 or 5 miles away, they don't talk to each other. They're in competition. In my opinion, there's no competition here. We all are on the same page. We want you to win, because the more you win, the more we win. And so I know I get a little passionate about it, but I honestly believe that the road that eXp is going on is so aligned with our values. There was a lot of great announcements. The trainings are just getting better and better. If you haven't checked out eXp University lately, or Success, do you know we own Success Magazine? It was started by Napoleon Hill. That whole corporation wants to make you better at personal development, at being able to help others. And again, just getting involved. If you're not in this area, there are lots of local events. And if there aren't, start them. It is really, so again, Peggy, I'm so happy you moved to our hometown. And I know that this is going to be such a great partnership with all of you, because this is what we do. We're eXp.
And thank you for everything that you're doing and the cultural centers. So think about this. If you know some other eXp agents in your area, you can be the person, you can be the leader of that. But you don't have to do it alone. Go talk to other eXp leaders. Get on a call with Veronica. She had her office, and not too far away was another huge office. And they said, okay, why are we doing this? They actually have bought a building in Orlando. They're rolling all the teams in there together, even though, again, they're on different uplines or whatever way. They're coming together and doing this movement of cultural centers. So you don't have to do it alone. Just go find your people in your area. Start the discussions. And I guarantee you, you can start small. It doesn't have to be 2,000 square feet. You can go in and get one of those little, what do we have? What's that company where we could rent a space from?
Regis.
What's
the address of the cultural center? First question. Because I need
Poro?
that. Yeah, because I have an agent that joined last year. I want to connect them.
Call me. Let me give all of you my number.
Do that.
Or actually I'll give them your number. It's 239-471-2550. 239-471-2550. You'll talk to Joe, and he'll give you all the information, maybe set up a time for somebody to stop by. We do it all the time.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Joe, do you have a voice? No, I'm only kidding. Whoops, I can't hear him.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have a voice.
No.
We can't hear him.
I don't know.
I can hear you, Sherry.
You really can't hear him?
No.
That's hilarious. Here, what if we do
How
that?
about now?
Okay, we got
yes, we
That's
can.
you. Sorry, that's the way that
That's
screen
on the
was.
computer.
It's my own computer. She's got an Apple. I'm not a tech guy, so what you're saying about in-person meeting people, that's what it's all about. Like when I met you in person, I'm like, wow, this is it. And I really think that, with us, doing the Culture Center and doing the other events that Gail's starting to sponsor, it's going to get us more in touch with people face to face, because not everybody's great on the computer, not everybody's great on social media, but in-person events really make a difference. And when you meet somebody in person, you look them in the eye, shake their hand, it's a match, So that's one of the things that I really, kind of go by.
Perfect. Did you get that price reduction?
Oh, no. So he's a nightmare. Great guy, but they just don't get it. Some people don't get it. So we renewed the listing, but I told him, I said, nothing's going to change. If we don't change anything, nothing's going to change. So we're going to sit with it till I think his wife's going to eventually really push him to do the right thing. And it is what it is. So it'll sell eventually.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah,
And
the
now we
friends are old
can't
school.
hear the other half while the
I
microphone's
know.
pointed
We
at
got to
Joe.
get you guys. You need microphones when you're on.
No.
We have that.
We
We
have
need to use Sherry's computer.
we have microphones. Joe just doesn't. Joe signed on.
Doing a contract
okay.
training
It doesn't
class
matter. I was
in the
teasing
front of
you
the
guys.
office. And God, she's got to run it. But I came back here, popped on my crappy computer, and that's what you get. So Sorry
We get,
about that.
you
Next
just
time
showed
it'll
up.
be better. We'll be on her computer.
No.
Yeah.
We love that you're there. We love that you're there. Joe, let me know if you want to go to that networking luncheon with me later. We'll talk offline.
I'm definitely gonna go. Yeah.
Okay. Leslie.
So I know that we've been talking about technology, but with Halloween being 2 days away, I was curious what people were doing for promoting their business through trick-or-treaters. And this is something that I take advantage of every year. I have little boys. Halloween is a very big deal at my house. And so I was sitting here during this meeting, and this is why I brought it up. But every year I do something different. This year I'm giving out like full-size bags of cotton candy, and attached to the cotton candy, I'm doing this right now. Sitting here, I have a notepad, a pen, and the QR code to my, and the notepad's all branded, you know. This was actually a gift from one of my buyers. My buyer owned a printing company, and she sent me 1,000 pens and 1,000 notepads, all branded as like a thank you gift. That was probably one of the coolest thank you gifts I've ever gotten. But now I'm like, oh, I'm going to use it for Halloween. So I'm double-sided taping it to the front of the cotton candy. And then the big thing for me is that I have my QR code, because she didn't print them with my QR code. This was a gift, so she didn't know how big I am on my QR codes, but I do have it on my business card. So I attach my card so that that way, like if a parent sees it, they can scan my QR code and go to my Bold Trail site, which is our CRM of choice, or my CRM of choice. And that way, anybody that scans that QR code is potentially being a new lead in my database. So just kind of wanted to throw that out there because we're only 2 days away. So people still do have time to do something creative if you wanted to.
I love it. What did you, Les? What did you take away?
Oh, the proximity thing is definitely big. Being the first agent in this area was somewhat lonely. And so I've built my own community, and I built it a little bit outside of eXp, and being there was incredible. And it made me go, wow, I am a part of something really incredible. And then one of my favorite things, and I'll also point out that I got to meet people in London. And I've gone to London for a work mission before for National Association of Realtors.
Yeah.
They sent me for 6 days. And the biggest thing that I learned in London is that it's a very different game to be a realtor. Well, there are no realtors in London. They don't have any education. They don't have an association the way that we do. They have Property Mark that's starting, but it is, you're paid transactionally versus off of commission, and it's very fee based. And so you typically have to close like 3 to 5 times more transactions to make the average amount for a US realtor. And so I would just implore all of you guys that now that we're a part of this huge company that is international, to make those connections. Because when I met the realtor in London, she was like, oh, I have somebody that's thinking about buying in Florida. And I was like, well, great. I'm a Florida realtor. And guess what? Here we give referral fees. And my referral fee, even a percentage of my transaction here, is more than what she would make in a transaction doing it all by herself and all the work in London. So I built some connections through saying, I would love to give you business, give me business, because I can actually pay you more than doing your own business. And so if you meet people from other areas, know that we're very fortunate to be a realtor in the United States in the way that we get paid. Yes, it's not perfect, but it is better than a lot of other places. And so I was really happy to run into a girl from London at the coffee station and start up that conversation as well.
That's so cool. Love it. Leslie is going to be teaching hopefully very soon on Wake Up Wednesday. We rolled out, I'm so excited. Go to jeanfrederick.com, guys. We just rolled out a brand new website for Jean. It is amazing. We've been working on this for almost 6 months now. And we want you to upload your photos with Jean's book. It's so cool. You can send them to us. But we'll be doing a training on that and so many other things. I saw in the chat, I don't want to say it wrong. Last name Taft, Siриrat. How do you say that? Will you unmute yourself? See if she's still there. But she put in that she's a brand new agent and she just got licensed.
Welcome to eXp. So cool that you got to go to eXpCon right off the bat.
I don't see where she is. Okay. Lisa Kane, have we met?
I don't know if we have. So I've been EXP a long time, like 9+ years. And Jean is in my upline. And to be honest, I don't know a lot of other people in between, and have not been super plugged into some of the different rev share organization conversations and all that.
Okay.
But I have worked one-on-one with Jean over the last few months on various things, and maybe that's how I got on the text thread. I'm not super sure. But normally on Wednesdays I have a mastermind that is 9 to 10, and it ended early. So I said, I'm jumping on and seeing what this is all about. So I'm here.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, you can go on to Jean Frederick's website, and we've archived years of Wake Up Wednesday. And we've been doing this for over 3 years, and we also have a retreat that'll be coming up in May that sells out like that. So more details to come on that. It's
And I
tough.
want to throw this out there, Peggy. I know you have like 30 seconds left, but anybody that's in Jean's downline, please use the tools and resources that Jean pays for. We have somebody that professionally onboards your new agents. All you
Yeah.
have to do is go to jeanfrederick.com and do an onboarding request. Jean's leadership team takes over, teaches them what they need to know, make sure that they get through that checklist. So
Mhm.
please know that like you don't have to do the heavy lifting. You just have to
Right.
get them excited enough and feel your excitement. And we have such a support team, but look on jeanfrederick.com. We worked hard on it because it is really worth your time.
It's important.
Thank you.
So,
Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
Lisa, welcome. I hope you can jump on the call again. Anybody else want to say anything before we boogie out of here? Because now I'm going to a networking luncheon today. It's like everything's just happening. I'm so excited to be back here.
You're manifesting, Peggy. Awesome.
I am. Like I said, watch me manifest this into reality. All right,
Hey,
you guys are the best.
Lisa, where are you from? Lisa,
Me,
where are
so
you from?
so I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina area. So I know
Oh,
Lance
okay.
and Randy, not too far from them. Yeah.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Wonderful. We got some great guests coming up. I'll be promoting next week. So I just got to confirm with him, but I got to tell you, you're not going to want to miss it. I'll get that out there soon so you can send it out to all your organizations. Stacy, wherever you're going today, looking beautiful. Love you guys. Hey, Janet, we'll see you all soon. Thanks for showing up. Have a great day.
Thanks,
Les, we'll talk about the event.
Sounds good.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Nice